Bonjour and bienvenue. I'm Chef Dominique Tougne from the restaurant Chez Moi in Chicago. And today I'm going to cook some scallops in a half chef with lemon and thyme butter au gratin. Bon appétit. Here I'm going to start by using the Plugra butter for the compound butter. Then my goal here is going to have the butter to be room temperature and to try to make it as soft as possible. The reason I use a Plugra butter for this recipe is because of the flavor, and also you can see the density of the butter is going to be perfect to do a good gratin. Then I'm going to incorporate all the ingredients, starting with the breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to add chopped parsley, the fresh thyme, up. The more the better, because you're going to have all the flavor here. I'm going to add the lemon juice, chopped garlic, up. It's starting to smell very good here. And here I'm going to add some cracked black pepper. It's going to give a nice crunch of spice, little bit of sun-dried tomato that I will also use for the garnish, and a little bit of salt. Now we have the compound butter made, then we're going to just put that on the side. Oops. And I'm going to take the scallops. What I want to do here is using some of the kosher salt on the bottom, just to stabilize the shells. Set up the shells, and that's where I'm going to add my sauté spinach. Okay, here I'm just going to saute the spinach with a little bit of olive oil, and little bit of butter. This goes very fast. This is something that when the oil and the butter are the right temperature, just saute the baby spinach, goes like for 2 minutes, and remove them. If you overcook them, it's kind of losing the flavor. Then here I have my oil and butter melted, and I'm just going to throw the spinach in it. The trick when you're cooking the spinach is always to be careful when you season them. If you put too much salt at the beginning because you have a big volume, by the end, since they're going to shrink so much, it's going to be way over seasoned. Then you got to be very careful with that. Try to squeeze them a little bit to remove the extra oil and butter, and also the cooking liquid. Here I'm going to take the spinach I just cooked, put a little bed of those, one per scallop. Very comfy. Scallops will be very happy right here. Now what I'm doing, I'm just taking those 3 scallops, put a little bit of seasoning on top of it. As you can see, I always season a little bit of everything. You know, you don't season just at the end. A little bit every ingredient, and at the end you will have the perfect seasoning. Put it on top of the spinach. Salt right here. And now this is the fun part. With a spoon, you just take the scallops and you're just going to cover it with butter. You will never put too much, then don't be shy with that. And what's going to happen, the butter is going to melt and basically to cook the scallops in the oven. Now the scallops are ready like that in the plate with the salt under to keep them as flat as possible. I'm going to put them in the oven at 350, 380 degrees for about 3-4 minutes. And then we will finish them on the salamander. Then from the oven, I'm just going to put it on the salamander or a broiler if you have it If you don't, you can just take it directly from the oven to the table. The other thing is, if you don't have those scallop shells, first you should ask maybe a fish market, you know, they probably have some. And if you don't, you can just use a regular plate, you know, a little shallow plate. That will work perfectly, and you can make them individual, or you can put 3 of them in the same dish. That will work very good. Then you can see now the gratin. Then you have all those different colors, you know, that are on it. I like to finish those with some fresh sun-dried tomato, very red. Little bit of fresh parsley on top, just for the flavor. And then I have here a little bit of frisée salad. If you want, this is not something that's going to make a big difference, but I like to give a little bouquet in the center, you know. And voila, from Chef Dominique Tougne, from Chez Moi, for the Plugra Gourmet Club. Bon appétit.